Hello everyone. It is my privilege and great honor of me to join and participate in COFEP 2016 in Ankara, Turkey. I am Toho Cholik Mutohir, Professor of Physical Education from State University of Surabaya. Currently I am the Rector of Institute of Teacher Training, IKIP Mataram, in West Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia. And I'm also the President of Association of Sports Scientists of Indonesia. Today, I would like to share with you my experience concerning the promoting of physical education and sport for character development of children in Indonesian context. As you know, Indonesia is the biggest archipelagic state in the world, consisting of 17,000 islands, and the population now is 240 million people. As you know, that nowadays one of the critical conditions that becoming the national issue is concerned with moral decadence of youngsters, including students. The data indicated that the moral condition of young generation, especially students, is unsatisfactory. This can be viewed the decline of the moral of students, especially can be viewed in the unethical behaviors of the students, including cheating, bullying, conflict physically among them, and also drug abuse. This situation is becoming alarming, and therefore the government is taking into action, attempting to solve the problems by promoting character education that has to be put in the education system. Physical education and sport is one of the total education is designed in the new curriculum focusing on the improvement of character of young generation, especially the children in the school level. For this purpose, I would like to share with you, first of all, I would like to show what is the condition of the moral of young children in Indonesia. And then I would like to propose whether physical education and sport can be used as a means to promote characters in Indonesian context. And finally, I would like to share with you the way how to develop character based on our experience.
Moral issue is a problem that needs serious attention. This is because the moral problems can cause damage and unrest in the order of social life. The data of survey done by the Indonesian Ministry of Social Affairs 2008 indicated that 11 deviant behaviors in children in generation aged 13 to 21 years, which includes habitual lying, drug abuse, driving without license, fighting, stealing, and free sex behavior. The younger generation is the successor to the leadership of the nation in the future, which is expected to create a social life and a better civilization. Therefore, character education within family, school, and the community is needed to produce the good generation who can carry out the mandate of the nation. There are character values in physical education sport subject. However, up until the present time, the learning process of physical education sport in Indonesia has failed to reach the stated objectives in the curriculum. This is caused by several factors. First, lack of knowledge and competencies of physical education teachers in regard to Curriculum 2013 or K13 and its implementation. Second, limited students-teacher meaningful interaction. And third, traditional attitudes of teachers which teaching is oriented toward sport performance rather than health-related fitness, cognitive and affective development. Since 2013, the Indonesian government, through the Ministry of National Education and Culture, has implemented the K13 in a gradual way. This curriculum has three standard graduate competencies, namely the attitude, knowledge, and skills. Related to attitude, students are required to have behaviors that reflect the values of faithful, noble, confident, responsible to interact effectively with the social and natural environment, show tolerance and able to work with others, living with a healthy lifestyle, and love for the nation and peace. Associated with knowledge, students are required to have factual and conceptual knowledge in science, technology, art, and culture with a vision of humanity, nationality, and civilization. Associated with skills, students are required to have the ability to think effectively, put abstract and concrete in accordance with a given task in the form of reading, writing, counting, drawing, using, modifying, or creating. All competencies are then classified into four core competencies, namely attitude, consisting of spiritual and social, knowledge, and skills. Talking about the character development, let's start with brainstorming. Is it true that physical education in sport could be used as an instrument for character development? The answer will be found in the following presentation. You can see that there is a difference of opinion in the society about whether a person's moral can be developed through physical education and sport or not. For those who support the idea that the physical education in sport can be at once moral, they believe that sport contains the intrinsic values that build character, teaching life skills. Many people and authorities still believe that the adagium mens sana in corpore sano, which means a sound mind and a sound body. While for those who oppose the idea, they say that physical education in sport is not always able to build or develop one's character. There is no empirical evidence that shows the relationship between them. In addition, there is also an opinion that physical education and sport are not always be able to build positive participation for learners. Some people believe that sport may create moral deviation, such as gambling or betting, even fence riot. Other people, including parents, believe that sport may lead to lower academic achievement, as students will spend a lot of time to devote in physical activities rather than reading books or learning in the classrooms. For more details, let's see what values are actually contained within the sport itself. Here is some the intrinsic values of sport quoted from the report of the United Nations 2003. These data show that at least there are 23 intrinsic values of sport that can be used as a reference for developing student character. Those values are cooperation, communication, respect for the rules, problem solving, understanding, connection with others, leadership, respect for others, value of effort, how to win, how to lose, how to manage competition, fair play or sportsmanship, sharing, self-esteem, trust, honesty, self-respect, tolerance, resilience, teamwork, discipline, and confidence. To get an accurate conclusion about whether the physical education in sport can build character or not, then the scholars have carried out various research using qualitative and quantitative methods or mixed methods with a wider area of research, more variables and a longer time. Some expert opinion is further shown in this slide. Based on this slide, we can see that there is no doubt that character can be learned and taught through physical education in sport when it is planned in a structured way in the learning process. In other words, the values of characters can be taught and transferred to students only if the teacher of physical education in sport really dedicate themselves to achieve specific goal in a systematic way. Before planning to create a structured learning model for character building through physical education and sport, it is first necessary to classify the dimensions of character building. There are two dimensions of characters, namely performance character and moral character. Performance character associated with the orientation of achievement of the results, while the moral character associated with two things, the orientation of how to interact with others, such as honesty, fairness, caring, and respectful of others, and the application of noble values in achieving the goals, such as ensuring to use ethical ways to reach the performance goals. As a summary or description that have been described previously can be depicted in the following diagram. This diagram shows the gap between the moral condition of the current concern with the moral in ideal condition. In order to overcome the gap, we should develop the appropriate learning framework of physical education and sport to be used as an instrument to develop character for students. This learning model must be based on the theoretical foundation and supported by the empirical evidence. For this purpose, this conceptual framework can be used as a reference for carrying out study in regard to the development of character learning model through physical education and sport. Based on our works and experience, we propose the 5 steps Toho Model learning framework of teaching character through physical education and sport as follows. Step 1. Identify and promotes moral and performance values as the foundation of good character, such as trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Step 2. Creating environment concept that could define and apply the character comprehensively to include thinking, feeling, and doing. Step 3. Having teachers as model who can conduct upon the character values defined, demonstrate them, become committed to them, and proactively approach to character development to the students. Step 4. Design the character curriculum and implement the lesson plan which provides students with opportunities for moral and performance actions, including motivation, stimulation, persuasion, guidance, encouragement, reinforcement, and reflection. Step 5. Assess regularly school culture and climate, the functioning of its staff as character educators, and the extent to which its students manifest good character. Finally, we conclude that the low quality of physical education in sport manifested as limited participation in PAS and other forms of physical activity have resulted in the negative development of children's physical, mental, social, spiritual, and intellectual development. There is a need for the Indonesian government at present to improve the teaching quality of PAS for developing children's potential, including attitude, knowledge, and skills, through the implementation of the balanced, developmentally appropriate curriculum. Innovative efforts need to be made to improve the quality of PAS and other forms of physical activity among school children by implementing the 5-step of learning framework in order to achieve the objective of PAS, especially character development.